I think it's a sugar cookie kind of day. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sugar cookie day. So the typical sugar cookies are usually flat, crunchy, and, well, ready to hang on a tree and kind of dry, but our favorite are the little soft, thick sugar cookies. Heavenly, aren't they? Just, oh, so good. So I am going to make those today. Just kind of in the mood to make them. See how it goes. So, yes, I use towels. That is my secret. I love using just big white bath towels that I can just bleach and use over and over in the kitchen. That way I don't have to worry about scrubbing the counter down, de-germing it from whatever. And then when I'm done, just pick up the towel, throw it in the wash, and everything's great. And I like to just put my little recipe, prop it up there. It's a lot easier for me. And yes, I do put a paper towel on top of my white towel because we have 3 kitties. And I'm always paranoid about any sort of like little hair or something floating in the air. So I just want to make sure everything is clean and good. So we're going to take 2/3 cup shortening and 2/3 cups of butter. I only have 1/3 of the cheapy store brand stuff ran out, but we have the oh so yummy Sam's Club butter, which is good. To me, butter is just butter. You can get the fanciest stuff. Maybe someone will be detecting flavors or something or other, but, you know, unsalted butter, Annie will be just fine. Shortening. Of course, everybody's favorite shortening is the Crisco and the sticks. Easy. So much easier. Already ready to rock. We are going to cream the sugar with the butter and the shortening. I've already started creaming the shortening and butter together just because, well, I forgot to put the sugar, and my brain is elsewhere because it's so hard to film, or video, I guess I should say, video and do this at the same time. I've never done this, so forgive me for any mistakes, but I am going to do the best that I very can well do. So, here we are, the butter and the shortening, and I will add the sugar now. Thanks. To add 1½ cups of white sugar to the already 2/3 cup of shortening and 2/3 cups of butter that are already in there. So, gotta love the KitchenAid, just speed it up and get it done a little faster. Love it. And what I love about the sugar cookie recipe is that you don't have to be so paranoid about getting everything so perfectly right. It's not as if you're making pastry or a bread or something particular. So, you know, just have fun with it. Don't worry about being particular, getting all the chunks of butter mixed in. Just it'll get mixed in eventually anyway when you mix everything else together. I already have 2 eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract already measured out. Just to let you know, I love to go to Sam's Club. I'm trying to read it from here. I think it's just the Tones vanilla extract brand. If you go to Sam's Club and if you bake a lot, you're going to want to go to Sam's Club. It's awesome. I always buy the huge stack of flour there, and then I divide it into 1-gallon freezer bags and just stick it in the freezer, and it's great. Otherwise, it's just sitting in the pantry. Every time you open it or close it, you're risking things floating in there. So that's why I always prefer to buy the big sack of flour and just disperse them between freezer bags and freeze them, and they're good, and you can keep everything separate, and it just feels a lot cleaner that way. And the extract, the huge thing extract. Hang on. So this is the huge thing of extract that I get from Sam's Club. I can't remember how much it is, but it's something crazy like if you go in the store and you get one of those little thingies of good extract, pure vanilla extract, you're spending like $8 on 2 of those or something crazy, and you're spending about the same amount of price or the same price and getting a ton of this stuff. So it's wonderful. As you can see, I'm getting low on it. I've had it since springtime. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. Scrape down the sugar on the sides of the bowl. It's a lovely buttercream sort of color now. It's really looking good. Here I have 3½ cups all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Don't worry about sifting it or anything of that nature. just take a whisk. I haven't watched Martha Stewart in a long time, but and I've only seen her a couple of times in her show a few years back. And one of the things I picked up was, instead of sifting, just use a whisk and do all your dry stuff together. Stick it in. There's so many things, like pastries and breads, like I said, are terribly difficult because you can only mix it so much. With cookie dough, it's a little easier just to put it on high speed and let it rip. Oh, it's looking good. So one of my favorite things to do is to just go ahead and put it in a Ziploc bag or something else and stick it in the refrigerator and just use it as I need it. Or in this case, I'm halving it, and so I'll fix half here today, and then the other half I'm going to take to my friends tomorrow, and we're going to bake cookies for the kids. So I like parchment paper, but we usually have the really heavy aluminum foil, the big giant thing from Sam's, of course. And so instead of getting parchment paper separate, because it is expensive after some time, I just go ahead and put the heavy foil down over top of the pan. And once I do one batch, I just take a damp paper towel, wipe it down, and put more cookies on, and it works quite well over and over again. So I have this lovely, lovely cookie sheet, all dented, very old. It belonged to my husband. Yes, it belonged to him before I married him. So for all I know, it could have been used as shield. You know, boys getting together, having drinks, you know, Star Wars, who knows? Who knows what boys do? I don't know. So we have it lined with foil. You know, the dough looks good when it sort of looks like ice cream when you're scooping it. It's kind of neat looking. Now, it's hard to get the lighting just right in here, but I do like to roll these in the Publix brown sugar just because it's more sparkly. They're beautiful sugars you can roll it in, pink sugars and blue and everything, but we're not fussy around here. We just like plain sugar. You can roll this into a walnut size ball, as the instructions say, and then bake it for 10 to 12 minutes. Usually I do it just under the walnut size and take it out between 9 and 10 minutes. So they are ready to be put in a preheated oven, temperature 350. And I guess I'll sit it for 10 minutes and just kind of keep an eye on it. They're almost ready, just waiting. Waiting. They're ready.